So, fellas, we up at bat, man. Last video we tapped in mainly focusing on the ladies, tapping in with us a little bit too, fellas. But that was the city girls versus the women they influence. But now today, we're talking about some male influences with some rappers. And I got a question that I want to ask y'all, and I want y'all to think about this throughout this video. Can you rob the devil to serve the saints? I know I'm a small content creator right now, but working in the entertainment industry and having a sense of morality is a tough task for me at times, I can't even lie, because while doing this job, you go to have an understanding that to have access to all the countless and endless opportunities that this shit provides you, at some point you're going to hit the fork in the road where you have to tell the angel that's sitting on your shoulder to shut the funk up, because doing a quote-unquote right thing isn't always going to lead to success in this industry. I think, like myself, a lot of other folks run into the same issue. We want to have the power and the influence to help people, but to obtain that, it comes at a damn price. You have to enter into a world that incentivizes degeneracy and lack of morals, and you try your best to figure out how to tread that line so you can extract resources like money and fame, all while not trying to get lost in the sauce.
If you don't got no sauce, then you're lost. But you also get lost in the sauce.
But some folks get so caught up, they get in too deep. Or they just accept things for what it is and look at themselves as a sacrifice by electing to go all out, disregarding their morals to provide opportunities and resources to people who may be more pure in heart, so they wouldn't have to resort to these measures to get this money. I call it robbing the devil to serve the saints. But the issue is, when you have that ability to help people, it brings admiration and influence, and other folks then want to follow in your footsteps so that they can have that power and influence. So at the end of the day, are you really saving anyone? These are my thoughts after catching up on this conflict between Rick Ross and rapper D1. If you had told me that I should check out this after my commentary on the city girls versus the women that they influence, but let's just catch y'all up on this little back and forth. If you don't know D1, he's a teacher turned rapper from New Orleans who delivers a lot of his messages that are based on his Christian beliefs. He did an interview on Sway in the Morning where he called out Rick Ross, Jim Jones, and Meek Mill.
Jim Jones, you could do better, brother. I love you too much. I love you too much to not be honest with you. Rick Ross, you could do better, brother. Meek Mill, you could do better, brother. I love you too much not to be honest with you. Are you the face of prison reform? Cause are you the face of prison reform? Or are you sitting here on your new song with Ross talking about getting somebody murked and shot at the red light? Which one is it, bro? Which one is it, bro? Cause I did a shoe giveaway in my city and gave out 1,300 pairs of your shoes because they said reform underneath them. And I love that you partnered with a major shoe company and you out here pushing prison reform. But now I got to sit here like, man, this man glorifying getting people killed as of a week ago. Like, what are you doing, bro? Lil Snoop really got killed. That broke your heart. You wear him around your neck. Why are you glorifying the same thing when my best friend got killed? When Carl got killed, New Orleans know who I'm talking about. When Carl got killed, and I had to go to his funeral and read the eulogy and be part of the funeral. And I got back in my car, Sway, after the funeral, and I turned on my music, and I realized I'm listening to music that's glorifying the same stuff that just happened to my best friend. It gave me chills, and I needed that moment. That was my come to Jesus moment of like, D, you got to do something different, brother, because you have a taste for this poison, but you're attracted to the poison. And rap is great. The rap game, hip-hop industry is great at cooking up some delicious poison.
Now, he made some very strong points. Rose took offense to this, and this was his response.
Meek Mill, you could do better. Jim Jones, you could do better. Rick Ross, you could do better.
Jim Jones, you could do better, brother. I love you too much. I love you too much to not be honest with you. Rick Ross, you could do better, brother. Meek Mill, you could do better, brother. I love you too much not to be honest with you.
I gotta see you do better. Wait. Little man, whoever you is, until you feed the kids where you from for 20 years straight. Don't question Rose. Wait until you buy 10,000 bikes, 10,000 trikes. Give all the young girls who pregnant Pampers for Christmas for 20 years straight. Don't question boss.
Are you the face of prison reform? Cause are you the face of prison reform? Or are you sitting here on your new song with Ross talking about getting somebody murked and shot at the red light? Which one is it, bro? Which one is it, bro? Cause I did a shoe giveaway in my city and gave out 1,300 pairs of your shoes because they said reform underneath them. And I love that you partnered with a major shoe company and you out here pushing prison reform. But now I got to sit here like, man, this man glorifying getting people killed as of a week ago. Like, what are you doing, bro?
You heard me, little man? Get that basket off your head so you could think clear, little man. You going viral for speaking on niggas' names, not because of your talent, not because of your gift. Go viral, player, off of your wisdom that you sharing. You speaking on that, yeah, Meek Mill, you just, boy, you know how many niggas died this summer, they released self-destruction? It's niggas dying right now. It's gonna be niggas don't make it to see in the morning. Get that basket off your head, boy, and come together with real niggas around the world. So when your grandma need a kidney, nigga, since you wanna go viral, I'ma show you how to go viral, little man, but go viral feeding them kids in your hood. Go viral giving them bikes away. Go viral Christmas time. Now don't be saying, Jim Jones just gave away goddamn 6 figures worth of clothes in his hood, and you a nigga who talking, looking vegan, knowing you eat more goddamn Piggly Wiggly bacon than any other nigga out here. Shut up. Yeah, Mr. Rasta, man. Mr. Vegan, man. Make sure you go viral. Thanksgiving when you stuff the stuffing upon the turkey bomber clot asshole. Make sure it dangle from the net. Start with the old lady, then bless the old lady all the way down to the youth them. You understand, Rasta, man? Huh? Basket boy, eh?
Now after this, D1 had a healthy debate with Turk from Hot Boys, who also recently had some issues with Rose that he'll tap into in this video. So we're about to go over that, but I'm gonna let you know right now that there will be some interruptions at least one time during this video. If you want to see this conversation uninterrupted by me, go ahead and check out High ATL's channel.
I think it takes growth, you know, and everybody got their time where they reach a level of where D1 at. I tell people, you know, don't be influenced by what I do, be inspired to reach inside yourself to do what's inside of you, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, we still have that mental picture of how we grew up, and we express ourselves and we paint these pictures, you know what I'm saying, not to necessarily glorify, because I think glorification comes in when you telling them this what you need to go do versus I'm just painting a picture. Because if you think about it, Denzel Washington, and I use this all the time, he played bad cop in Training Day. You know what I'm saying? It's a role, it's a act. When he go home, he's Denzel Washington. He's not that bad cop. Rappers get backlash, you know what I'm saying, when they rap these lyrics. Nah, you right, and I feel like give them a time in a you know, a little space to grow, because we all have to grow to be a D1
with all due,
in our speech, you know what I'm saying?
With all due respect, what about when you 47 years old?
That don't mean we're grown. That don't mean we're grown. That don't mean we mentally mature. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm 42 years old, you know what I'm saying? And I stand for family, you feel me? I denounced the streets, you know what I'm saying, when I came home out of prison, and I got backlash for it. The old me would be going back and forth, trying to, you know, keep my image, whatever, but I realized I got a wife. I realized I got kids. So certain things that I would normally do in these situations, I think before I react now.
All I'm doing is giving commentary on content, not on people's character as a person, on content that's coming out. I'm saying, I know you better than that. I know that y'all, cause y'all are amazing businessmen. And so many artists are amazing human beings off the mic, but when they get on the mic, your music reaches more people than giving away turkeys.
But don't you think sometimes it ain't what we saying, is how we saying it? But I had a situation with Rick Ross. When I went to Drink Champs, you know, I said some things. When I went back and replayed it, I was like, damn, if I was any one of those guys, I'd probably feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? So when Rick Ross did respond to me, I was trending. You feel me? Rick Ross being the businessman he is, it's an opportunity for him to jump out there. And he promoting his wings and everything else he got, but he disrespected my wife. I had to swallow that. I was getting phone calls like, bro, da-da-da-da-da. I like, nah, bro. I had to take accountability for how I delivered the message. Sometimes it ain't what we saying, it's how we say it. You know what I'm saying?
This the part I want to make clear to everybody. I don't mind if my spirit irritates someone else's demons. That don't make me feel like I did something wrong. That make me feel like I did what God has put us here to do. In Romans 12:2, it says, don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then you will learn to know God's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect. I'm not trying to follow the rules of what people say. You got to tiptoe around this person's feelings. People will justify evil, and people's excuse for evil is called entertainment. That's their excuse for evil nowadays. Oh, it's just entertainment. You know, man, what I heard when I press play and what everybody else is hearing is you in first person glorifying the murder of people in your own community, selling dope to people in your own community. But we want to run behind, one, don't say nothing about that person's art in public. Don't say that out loud. You should have hit them up one-on-one. Or two, we want to say, man, that's just entertainment. That ain't real. I was telling Beehive before we started, there's a difference between glorification, narration, and education.
Correct.
When cats are glorifying something, that puts it on a pedestal to where it's like, this behavior right here, this ain't out of survival mode. This is me already being up. I'm already winning in life financially, but I'm still choosing to glorify and make this behavior seem admirable. Narration is when you're talking about what you've seen as a youngin', you heard me? When you're talking about what you've seen and you like, man, coming up in that Noya, you heard me? Like this what it was like. Coming up in the east side, you heard me? Coming up in the Goose, this what it was like in New Orleans, da-da-da-da. Education is when you saying, man, I might have used to been doing this stuff, but I'm about to educate y'all to show y'all how I got up hundreds of millions of dollars now and how I really was able to, you know, overcome all them odds that were stacked against me.
And I agree completely with everything you just said and how you broke all those down. We like I say, we illustrate, don't mean we demonstrate. You know what I'm saying? And when we rapping these things, we trying to relate to a certain audience.
Okay, let's pause it right there. The issue is when you leave this shit open-ended. You can paint these pictures talking about the street shit, but when you leave it open-ended with no resolution, that's when it feels like it's being glorified. See, at least years ago, some of these songs would fit into an album that had a theme, and even if a song was ignorant in nature, either a skit or the next song would come on to continue a story that eventually leads to a message or a resolution. But nowadays, Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole are the only major artists that do this. For specific references, we have songs like J. Cole's Tale of Two Cities off of Forest Hills Drive or Kendrick Lamar's Hood Politics on The Pimp a Butterfly. Shit, to be honest, The Pimp a Butterfly's entire concept is kind of like, you know, similar to my theme of this video. Can you rob the devil to serve the saints? See, Kendrick loves to rap about hood shit. He's from it. I think he admires some street artists. Say for instance him tapping in with Kodak Black for his album. But the thing about Kendrick is he's going to go that extra step that many of these artists haven't. After he paints these dark pictures, he also reveals the light at the end of the tunnel, and it isn't always materialism. Money can't always save you. Getting money after coming from poverty should be viewed as a result of your changes, your personality, your perspective, which causes you to take control and change your circumstances. Matter of fact, let's reference that poem that Kendrick wrote to Tupac at the end of To Pimp a Butterfly so I can go ahead and land this plane real quick. The caterpillar is a prisoner to the streets that conceived it. Its only job is to eat or consume everything around it in order to protect itself from this mad city. While consuming its environment, the caterpillar begins to notice ways to survive. One thing it notices is how much the world shuns him but praises the butterfly. The butterfly represents the talent, the thoughtfulness, and the beauty within the caterpillar. But having a harsh outlook on life, the caterpillar sees the butterfly as weak and figures out a way to pimp it to his own benefits. Already surrounded by this mad city, the caterpillar goes to work on the cocoons, which institutionalizes him. He can no longer see past his own thoughts. He's trapped. While trapped inside these walls, certain ideas take root, such as going home and bringing new concepts to this mad city. The result? Wings begin to emerge, breaking the cycle of feeling stagnant. Finally free, the butterfly sheds light on situations that the caterpillar never considered, ending the internal struggle. Although the caterpillar and the butterfly are completely different, they are one and the same. So this right here sums up some of the issues with many of these artists. Turk makes mention of this point to D1 while they're speaking. Many of them haven't completed their evolution. Some of these dudes are the metaphorical caterpillars that look at the butterflies as weak. Some could reference the butterfly as other artists, but it's actually these artists themselves, the 100% reformed versions of these people. They're scared. that they will become a version of themselves that they would not respect anymore, because due to their perspective, the only thing that's worthy of that respect is the hood nigga that's feared because of his gutter and cutthroat nature. In other words, his innate ability to be dangerously ignorant. But that mentality can only take you so far. While it's respected by some, that some is the clear minority, and it reflects even when you look at the career of these artists and evaluate the success that they have musically. All the major rap artists who go the extra mile to tell the complete story and offer hope beyond material possessions, those guys have cultivated more true fans that show up consistently, and their base is constantly growing, as these two artists who are being called out have passed their peak musically when it comes to their support from fans. Not skill wise though, Meek and Ross are still rapping at a high level, but the fanfare just isn't the same anymore for two people who were in a lot of folks' top 5 in their prime. But alright, let's talk about the initial back and forth between D1 and Rose. I think that struck a chord for Rose. I believe that he thinks that he's really robbing the devil to serve the saints. And he thinks that he shouldn't be shunned for his approach to gain resources to help his people. And the question is always, cool, okay, but at what cost? See, me, myself personally, I got this issue where I selfishly justify a lot of this bullshit because of my ability to use judgment and not be affected by a lot of the low vibrational content that I consume. You know, a lot of times I get caught up into thinking that if I could do it, then why can't the next man use the same damn judgment? But the case is, some people just aren't as headstrong as others, and they will be influenced. Or shoot, it's just the kids. The kids haven't developed that much, and they will be easily influenced. So I know a lot of folks like myself are sitting here wondering, should we care more? Or is it just natural selection? For example, I know a lot of my viewers, they love watching Manosphere content, and I know what they like, and I have a great idea how they gonna react to certain things. So often I hit a fork in the road where I come across a viral moment and I'm thinking, should I put out this toxic story about this random black woman embarrassing themselves, knowing that my audience is going to tear them apart, adding to the shame that she's already receiving, and also helping the narrative that's already being pushed about our women? Or should I just leave it alone, even though I know that another content creator may just share the same story and the lady will still receive the same backlash, but just on another platform? But over time I realized that for me to do this job and be successful, that I can't skip over controversy, because that's just what people want to see. That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. But the work begins when I figure out a way to offer value while covering these situations. You know, tapping into my inner J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar, knowing my background, and as D1 says, knowing I also have an appetite for some of this bullshit. But I have to take that challenge though, and that comes with providing perspective, explaining nuance, offering criticism for growth, and, you know, sharing cautionary tales for my viewers if they ever ran into similar situations that I cover. And with that, I'm called a misogynist on one day and then a simp the next. On Sunday, I'm a lame square, and then by Monday, I'm a reformed pookie. My comment section gets very contentious, but it comes with the territory. I enjoy it. But that's how I justify things in my mind as I, you know, cover this content to make myself feel sane as I navigate through these murky waters. All I can do is speak on myself, though. I can't really speak on, you know, other content creators, but I can imagine, you know, them having their own ways to justify the bullshit that we do. But will any of this ever be justifiable? Do you agree with D1? Or outside of Ross's theatrics that many people find to be childish, do you understand his disposition in this situation? Is it possible to rob the devil to serve the saints? Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here though. It's your boy Stacy. Yo.
Don't forget to show Stacy some love by smashing the like button. Enjoy!